Here with us now to discuss the beef between Taco Bell and Taco John's is Shontavia Johnson, Associate VP for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Clemson University. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate that. You're also an expert in the patent system, digital brand building, and intellectual property law. So you're literally the perfect guest to discuss this taco war. Okay, I know this is your wheelhouse, but to us common folk, this seems real silly. We all say it. We all know what it means. Taco Bell's business is just fine. Okay, so what's really the argument here? What's at risk, or is it just to make a headline? What's really going on here? Come on.
Well, good morning, everyone. And I will say this is why I became a trademark lawyer, because cases like this are fun, but they also do have real-world implications. And really, at the heart of this dispute is free speech, First Amendment, the right for companies to use certain words and phrases. And while it seems a little silly for entrepreneurs, startups, and even large corporations like Taco Bell, this has real implications in terms of how the brand is valued. So that phrase Taco Tuesday, which I love, I have Taco Tuesday almost every Tuesday in my house, is actually pretty important from a branding and corporate marketing perspective. Does
Taco John have a good case here with their trademark, because they're a smaller player up against the big corporate giant? Does that factor into their case?
You know, it does a little, and it's the story of many small businesses, right? They do all the things that we tell them to do. You start a company, you register a trademark. They registered, as someone mentioned, in 1989, even though they had been using it since 1979. And they did all the right things. But one of the challenges in coming up with some new phrase that people love is that lots of people start to use it. And you can have almost catastrophic growth. If you think about words that we all know, escalator, aspirin, yo-yo, those started out as trademarks too that now are owned by everyone, because the companies and those brands got so big that people started using the phrase not in the trademark sense, but just to refer to, in the escalator case, moving stairs, or with yo-yos, those little toys that go up and down.
So if I understand you correctly, the commonality of the phrase Taco Tuesday is at issue here.
Correct. The real question is how the public is using the phrase. And if the public can't look at this phrase, Taco Tuesday, and see a trademark and connect that trademark, in this case, to restaurant services, then Taco John's has a real problem, and Taco Bell may be successful.
It's like when you need to use a tissue and you say, hey, pass me the Kleenex, when it may not be Kleenex, right? That's just how common it is, I guess. So I had this question yesterday when we were talking about it. How does this work? Is there like a snitch that goes around to all these locations and says, Taco Tuesday's on this menu at Super Rica? Like, you cannot use that, and then they report back? How does that work?
Who's the mole?
Yeah, exactly. How does Taco John ever find out about anybody using Taco Tuesday?
Yeah, so this is the hard part about owning a trademark. In the United States, we don't have law enforcement going around doing exactly that. What you have to do as a trademark owner is look for instances of infringement and enforce your trademark against those claims and cases. And what you see happening a lot today, especially with small companies, is Google alerts, hiring some service that will kind of monitor your trademarks. The same way in the music industry with copyrights, you have people who do, in some cases, go around looking for copyright infringement. And so sometimes it can be as simple as a Google alert or seeing something happening on social media or in television or media. But that is one of the hard things, because you're responsible for finding those cases of infringement. And one of the things about American trademark law that is a little bit unique is that if you don't enforce your trademark rights, you can lose them. And so in this case, one of the important questions will be, what has Taco John's done over the past, nearly 40 years or so to enforce its trademark against others? And there are a lot of cases, actually, where you see Taco John's sending people cease and desist letters. So that will be one question.
Well, obviously, they've built incredible name recognition.
Right. I mean, yeah. It's funny, but I have a buddy who does the same kind of work as you do in New Orleans. And for those of you who've been, there's a very famous drink down there called the hand grenade that is trademarked by the bar. And so, you know, his job is to any other bar or restaurant that says, we sell hand grenades. No, you don't. And send the cease and desist letter and
so
wage the
wait,
case.
something as simple as not saying hand grenade, but saying grenade?
You have to say some other thing. A hand grenade is trademarked. That is their thing.
But leaving out the hand is fine.
You have to ask the lawyer. I don't know. I'm just saying that this happens in the real world. I mean, this story's amusing, but it's a thing if you're running a business. That's my recipe. That's my name. You can't use it.
That's exactly right. And I mean, I have little kids, and so we have a lot of Lego brand building blocks. And if you visit lego.com, there's a section on their website where they do exactly what you just said. They tried to teach people how to use the word Lego appropriately. And it used to be that Lego with an S, so legos.com, would lead you to this site owned by Lego, the building block company, that said, hey, you don't put an S on the end of Lego.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. They said,
I just learned something today.
That is crazy. All right, Shontavia.
And no matter what you call it, if you step on one of them things with a bad foot, you hurt, which I know you know with kids.
Yes.
No matter what they call it.
Yes, and all kinds of words comes out of your mouth.
All kinds of words that are not patented.
One that includes an S in it.
Thank you
Starts
so
with an S.
much. We're going to take a quick break.